pic collage that your ladies sent to you. We just want to mention too, if you do have a pet or a child that needs tending to, just flip off your video so that you can go ahead and do that, and we can keep the meeting moving. And we would love if you do have one or two things ready that you would always have always wanted to know about a Mary Kay business. If you could just have those things ready, we'll open that up at the end, and we'd love to be able to answer your questions, or we'll also welcome your comments, as this is a newer event for us. So we really appreciate your feedback as well. And a little bit of our layout tonight is super quick. We're just gonna obviously welcome you guys, and what our layout is gonna be is I'm gonna be able to tell you a little bit about what Mary Kay is doing in our communities right now across the nation, and share with you a little bit more about that. And then you're going to hear from my mom, Lisa, a little bit about the fabulous, obviously, money-making opportunities in Mary Kay, because that's kind of speaking to everyone right now, as that is obviously something that's a little bit more prevalent, and we want to make sure that we can be successful through these interesting temporary circumstances. So I'm really excited for you to hear from her about that. And then we'll go ahead and open it up to our consultants and ask them to share a couple of things. And then we'll go ahead with your ladies' questions that you might have had ready for us too. So sound good? Okay, awesome, awesome. So I am excited to start us off with some really great news from Mary Kay. The company, Mary Kay Incorporated. So our world headquarters are actually in Dallas, Texas. And what we have loved watching unfold over the last couple of weeks is the opportunity that Mary Kay Inc. had in Dallas to be able to start making and distributing very quickly hand sanitizers to the largest, I'm going to say it correctly, healthcare system called Baylor Healthcare System in Texas. It's one of the largest in the nation, and it includes 50 hospitals, 800 patient care sites, and over 7,500 active physicians. So we were actually asked by government officials in Dallas if we would be willing to use our huge 800 million?
100 million. $100
Yes.
million. Mm-hmm.
$100 million research and development facilities and distribution centers to be able to make and distribute these hand sanitizers to the frontline workers. And Mary Kay said yes. We answered the call. So we are so excited to be able to represent a company that was, one, capable, and two, willing to be able to do that really, really fast. So we're super, super blessed to be able to represent that. Those conversations started at the end of March. They started production the end of March, April 1st, and they were already distributed them on the 3rd and the 4th. So we have already seen these bottles in the hands of healthcare workers, and we are so grateful that Mary Kay was able to come through in a huge way for our nation. I wouldn't doubt if they began to continue to make that through these times and be able to continue to distribute those to other states as well. I'm sure we'll see that too soon too, because Mary Kay has always wanted to do the best thing for its people and its community. So isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Wow. And it's great because everyone's kind of joking that the packaging is definitely not as pretty as our usual beautifully wrapped packages, but they did it quick, they did it efficiently, and it has our beautiful name on it and exactly what it is, that it's hand sanitizer for our workers. So we are so excited for that. Another thing that's happening is that we have 5 distribution centers across the nation, and 2 of them at the end of March had actually closed given the state's shutdowns in Illinois and California. Well, because Mary Kay was able to speak to just the right people and let them know that no, we in fact are actually personal care products, that we were able to reopen those distribution centers. So while there is a lot of things closed right now, you guys, we can guarantee that we are open, and we are super excited that we have the company behind us to continue to support us. We know that people feel so great with the new lipstick, even just sitting at home. We know that people are going to continue to wash their faces at home, right? Continue to take care of themselves, because that's the little bit that we can control at home, right? And just making ourselves feel good and be able to put us in a positive mindset to work through these times together. So that we really appreciate. So we can guarantee you that your consultant that's on tonight is still working. Her business is open, and super excited and happy to serve you. So we really have appreciated that our company has gotten behind us big time to be able to help keep us open, keep us moving. Not only that, but provide us a lot of great digital resources too, and different ways to work our businesses in this time. Mary Kay is such a people business, and we so miss being with our people, but we're so grateful for Zoom opportunities like this to be able to gather and still show products. I'm going to be doing a virtual party on Thursday night, so Emily, you're totally welcome to get in on that too. That's going to be awesome. And just different ways to continue to show you the latest and greatest, because we know, like, you're still pretty normal, right, Emily? You're still attending work, you're still going, and though things are a little distanced at work, you know, your schedule is still relatively normal. So we want to make sure that we're still servicing, you know, those customers that are kind of have a new normal and are experiencing some different things at work, but still going and still getting out into the world. So we appreciate what you're doing and continuing to be at work and helping those elderly folks that you work with. We appreciate you. And yeah, so Mary Kay is coming through in a huge way, and we're really, really proud to represent always, but especially in this time. And we always say hashtag more than lipstick, and even so in these times, even more so. So questions on that? Good? Pretty cool, right? Awesome. Well, with that, I would like to turn it over to my mom, who is on my left. So I don't know if these arrows make sense to you guys, but they make sense to me. Who is going to chat a little bit more about what Mary Kay is doing for our beauty consultants during this time.
Awesome. Thank you, Cece. On my screen, you are also the direction that you just, pointed. And I currently have Emily right below me and Jen right below that. So I get to keep my eyes right here, which I'm very excited about. So Jen, I actually know, and Jen has been to some of our events before. She's a really great friend of Dawn's. And in fact, we just saw you at a beauty bar that we had in February. So that was really great. Are you knitting, crocheting? That is awesome. That is awesome. I might want to learn. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I might stick to chalk drawing in the driveway. Let's see. I don't know. I might stick to this. I'm just going to stick to this for now. This whole Zoom thing. This is my project. This is my Corona project. Master Zoom. Check. Okay. And then, okay, so we know Emily is in the healthcare field. You are at a nursing home, correct? Yep. So you're on the front lines. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cece, thank you for sharing what you did about hand sanitizer. Let's show Emily the love. Let's show her the love. Yes. Yep. 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 Yeah. So we had a call last night with one of our friends named Phyllis Pinsker. She's a sales director, friend of mine that's been in Mary Kay for 39 years. And she's been around obviously a really long time. So she has seen everything. She joined in the early 80s. She saw the recession in the 80s. That was big time. We were through 9/11 together, through 2008, 2009, when the market crashed and banks closed and mortgages were sold and houses were left standing. There was new construction in the Falls in an entire neighborhood that they just stopped construction because there was no money for the people to buy the home and there was no money to pay the construction workers. And we've been through all of that. And in this 56-year time, here's what, tell me right now, if you can think off just the top of your head, what retail store is still open, or what retail stores are still open? And any of you can answer this. What retail stores? So you can unmute whenever and just say.
Walmart.
Walmart, great. Walmart. Oh, Emily said Walmart. Mm-hmm.
Myers.
Myers. Food Lion. Mm-hmm.
Target.
Target. So
basically
far,
just the ones that sell food.
okay, and there's something else they sell. Tobacco.
All the pharmacies are still open too.
Yes, yes. And oftentimes they're connected with retail, right? They're connected with the retail stores. So the stores that are open sell tobacco, alcohol, and cosmetics forever. Bars and restaurants are closed, but the liquor stores are certainly not closed. And Mary Kay, not closed. We're open. Mary Kay is open. And one of the things that we understand right now with this temporary circumstance is that we're in is that a couple things. One thing we know is that there's going to be a new normal. So we're not going to go back to exactly how we used to be. And it's not like when the president says, okay, you know, let's open this up. Let's go back to this. It's not like all of a sudden, okay, everyone's well, okay, no one's sick anymore. Okay, yay, go have your parties, right? Like that's not how the world is going to come back exactly. So there's going to be some sort of a new normal that we're going to have to figure out. So I'm making fun of myself learning this whole Zoom thing right now. I know it probably better than I'm acting, but there is certainly a learning curve with it, right? And we know that here we are. Emily, we would not be able to see you if it wasn't for Zoom, right? If it wasn't for this temporary circumstance, I wouldn't have created this event that we're doing right now. And I have not talked to you in 2 or 3 years, I'm thinking. Has it been that long? 2 years. Okay. So because of this temporary circumstance, you and I got to connect again. You and Cece and I got to connect again, right? Now, I'm not saying that's why we need to have a world crisis or anything, but what I'm saying is there are so many blessings and things that are coming together because of this very temporary circumstance. Maddie, I mentioned you this morning on Vox. Did you hear me talk about you? Yeah. So I said because of this that you have seen me now several times on Zoom. Maddie lives in the La Crosse area and has met Cece once or twice now, I think. Once. Okay. And again, because of this, we wouldn't even have had the opportunity to see each other, at least not quite so many times on FaceTime, if it wasn't for our new temporary circumstance. So what we know is that things are going to change, that there'll be some sort of a new normal, and that community is what Mary Kay is about, and it's what we've always been about for 50, going on 57 years now, you guys, 56 years. So we used to meet weekly in person, well, for 56 years. Mary Kay said, start your week on a Monday with all of your team, and your week will go a lot better. I think we'd agree it all goes better when we're meeting, right? And so we didn't skip a beat. The very next opportunity that we had that we were not able to meet in public, we've been doing Zoom events. So this is 3 weeks in a row of getting together with our people. Last night there was 27 of us. Cece's gotten together with her team, especially. And then one of my friends created this Dreaming in Jammies as an opportunity to share exactly what Cece said, what Mary Kay is doing right now around the country, what we're doing for people, what we're doing around the world, and simply as an opportunity right now to make money. Like, let's just put it out there. People need money. And maybe the two of you guests that are on tonight, Jen and Emily, maybe your financial situation is okay, but maybe it changed. And depending on your circumstances, maybe yours changed, but maybe you know someone who's really changed. So always when we're sharing this business opportunity and telling you guys a little bit more about what we do, we always want you to keep like your ears open for other people that you know too, not just yourselves, right? Like who else that we might know. So Savannah, being 24 or 26 hours old now, is the perfect example. Oh, okay. I just wanted to check the messages real quick. They were all about stores that were open. Okay, proving my point. Just being 24 hours old now, her recruiter is her friend Sarah, who lives in the Madison area, who got to be on our call last night too. And Savannah is proof, being 24 hours old, that the opportunity is alive and well, and that people want to know more about it and want to know more about what we do. So as our friend Phyllis was sharing with us last night, she said, you know, diamonds, all of that, like we've got it all, right? She goes, but people don't care about diamond rings right now. People don't care about these great trips that you can earn in Mary Kay. What people care about is, can I make money today? Yeah. Can I change someone's life today? Yeah. Start with changing your own and $100 starter kit with $400 worth of stuff in it. That's where it can start. And you can literally do appointments exactly how we are doing right now with 1 people, 2, 3, 5, 10, whatever. You can go on Facebook. I have a Facebook fan page. Cece has one too. Actually, so does Steph. And I think Dawn does too. Yep. And on our fan pages, we post videos, we just post product ideas, and just all kinds of different ways to connect with people socially, because we say physical distancing, not social distancing, because we're all kinds of social right now. I'm like giving you all hugs, you guys, like, ooh, having all those little kids in my driveway drawing chalk, and I didn't get to hug anybody. Wanted to love all over everybody. Anyway, so the simple fact is, I mean, the money's huge right now. Like, it's kind of up there with oxygen. You kind of need it to live, right? Now we're going to get stimulus checks. And one of the things we talked about last night was, you know, your utility bills might say you can take an extra month, or like taxes right now, you don't have to pay right now or whatever without a penalty or whatever. Yeah, but they're still going to want their money. Your mortgage might say, we'll give you a free month, but they're going to add it. They're going to, you know, you're going to have to pay it. So we have to keep that in mind, that while we might get some temporary help, it's temporary and the companies still want their money. So, you know, a national sales director friend of ours said that people are a $500 bill away from going bankrupt or being in dire straits, like a sudden $500 bill, like a medical bill or whatever. Could be a car, right? Could be anything. A sudden $500 bill could put people in dire straits. Okay, well, I'm thinking there's going to be a whole lot of people with $500 bills right now, right? And it doesn't mean everyone is in a financial situation, but a lot of people are. And since we buy our products at cost and sell them for retail, we buy them for $1 and sell them for $2. First of all, you're saving on your own products that you're going to use anyway. So, right? Like, it's smart money to buy it at cost for yourself for 50%. So your cleanser is not 24, it's 12. You're going to wash your face anyway. That's the thing. You're still going to wash your face. People aren't going to stop washing their face. This hair might have a lot of dry shampoo in it, but I'm washing my face twice a day. Okay? Let's make that clear. We're washing, okay? And then something that Cece said too about feeling good. You know, I have a client, you guys, she was on this call last week. Then afterwards, we hung up and we talked privately. So Cece, Emily will call you, or Emily, Cece will call you privately. And Jen, Dawn will call you privately after this. We talked privately, and she liked the lipstick that I was wearing. So all I did, I held it up to the screen and she said, yeah, I want that. So she decided right now that she wanted to remain a customer, but she wanted to buy the lipstick I was wearing and the eyeliner that another guest of someone else's said was her favorite. MK Steely eyeliner. She said, what was that eyeliner? And I'm like, okay. So she didn't buy a $100 starter kit. She bought an $18 lipstick and a $12 eyeliner for $30. So in the 45 minutes that I chatted with all of you lovely ladies, roughly, I made $15 after that with a call. That's what we do. And it's about the relationships that we are building all along the way. So one of the things I shared last week too was that we're not an online company doing social media sales. We are a relationship company that happens to now do online and social media sales. So we've always had an online presence ever since you know, online was a thing. And then we've had social media presence for a very long time, but now we have the opportunity to take advantage of it even greater and even more. And we're meeting people that we wouldn't meet if it wasn't for this temporary circumstance, you guys. I said, I had a funny meme on a friend of mine's page. She started a meme thread of funny stuff. She's like, just post funny things right here. She goes, I know the world is serious right now. I get it. I just want funny stuff right here. There's over 200 memes on her thing. Like, people keep going back. And this girl and I have the same stupid humor. And we kind of were posting the similar thing and like cracking up at each other. So now we're actually friends. I wouldn't know her. She's from Chicago, Illinois. She's a photographer for home staging. So I don't know if it's necessarily for realtors. It actually might be for product, furniture sales or something. I don't know. I want to live in the places that she takes pictures of. I'm like, can I have that room? Can you just, like, that's like, we're friends now. Okay. So a commercial photographer from Chicago and I are friends because we have the same goofy sense of humor and followed a thread on a mutual friend. These are the kind of things that we get to talk about now. These are the kind of things that are going to bring us closer together. And there's going to be a time, 3 months, 6 months, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, where we're going to say, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, that couple of months we had to stay home. Was that when Lisa was talking about drawing chalk in the driveway with like 10 kids? Oh yeah, that was then. Oh yeah, she said that. Yeah, she said she didn't get to hug any of them. Right? Like, that's some of the stuff you'll say. You'll be like, oh yeah, I talked to so-and-so. Oh yeah, I got to connect with so-and-so again. Oh yeah. My 15-year-old and 16-year-old and 19-year-old boys are home a lot now. And the 19-year-old went to Whitewater, and you guys, he's made a conscious choice to not go back to his apartment. He could go. He doesn't want to. He went and got his 300-pound gallon, I don't know, big, huge fish tank. I don't know if that's waters. I don't know if that's gallons. I don't know if that's weight. I don't know. And he brought his fish tank home, and he is back living at home. And he's like, I don't really need to go back. His friends are still there. They live in an apartment. He wasn't in the dorm, so he was allowed to stay. He's like, I'm fine. Great. They're playing basketball. Like, these are things that are changing, that are getting to happen because of this opportunity. So it's $100 to start our business. $100. We make half of what we sell. Well, those are the two bottom line. That's usually the two biggest things. What's my investment and what will I make? You'll invest $100 and you'll make half. Buy it for half. Sell it for double. We'll show you the rest. Savannah's on here, 24-hour-old. Cece said, go on everything. We would tell her in real life, we would say physically go to everything, but there is no where to go yet. So 2 days in a row, she's gotten to be on some great calls. Savannah, you're probably getting better training than anyone else will ever get. You're getting all of us all at once, right? Like, seriously. Yeah. And then we also know that what people are craving, what women are really looking for right now, more than ever, is community. Absolutely, the opportunity to be in community. Now, I wish Jen has seen most of us in real life, so Jen knows our energy. Jen, like, give us a, yeah, I know that energy. Yeah. And Emily, so you haven't had the opportunity to see us in real life yet. And we are a blast in real life. Like, when I was dancing earlier, like before it started, like, that's what I do. Like, that's how I live. And then I want to make sure that you are feeling my energy, because we're 2D here. And I really got to make sure that you can feel me coming through your screen, and that you see my hands and know, I'm like, ah, okay. Because that's not how the real world is, but that's how we are. And as I was sharing with some of the girls last night, I'm not Pollyanna. I know that there's things going on in the world, and I'm not naive. I'm turning 53 in 3 weeks, so I'm too old to be naive. So I know what's happening in the world. What I choose to do is focus on the positive. I choose to focus on what we can change, what we can do, how we can impact and influence people. And community is how we can do it. This incredible culture that Mary Kay created, the faith first, family second, and career third, the golden rule and the Go Give Spirit as our daily guide. We are about the relationships. It just so happens that right now they're flat screen relationships, but it doesn't change the fact that we are still relationship builders and we still get to do face-to-face. We just do it on Zoom or on FaceTime now. That's how we do it now. And since I said there'll be a new normal, we're gaining all of this extra knowledge so that should have this ever happen again or similar circumstances or whatever, we have this knowledge under our belt. Savannah, you're learning a lot right now. The in-person stuff is easy. The Zoom thing's harder for me to figure out than how to show someone how to wear eyeshadow. Like, I got a map on the color cards that just say 1, 2, 3, put the white one here, the other one there, and this one over here. Like, ooh, fancy. Like, eyeshadow's easy. That's pretty simple. So I'll scale back now for a second and breathe. And I would love to ask Jen or Emily, and you can say them out loud or type them, whatever is easiest for you. Do either of you have a question? No, let me rephrase that, if I may. What excited you or surprised you with what you've heard so far? Excited you or surprised you? Or maybe not even so far, maybe just all the things that you know about Mary Kay. What excited you or surprised you? Emily's typing. Yeah.
How fast Mary Kay was able to respond to what's going on and make hand sanitizer was pretty amazing.
Awesome, Jen. That's exactly what Emily just said. Yes. Yes. Yeah. You guys, can you imagine? I'm so glad that you said that. Here is this company. Our $100 million manufacturing facility is new. It's less than 2 years old. If we were in our former manufacturing facility, we wouldn't have been able to do that because we wouldn't have had the resources or the cleanliness required for this project or the space required for this project, because you have to maintain that distancing in manufacturing as well. And you have to have all these strict standards of cleanliness. Now, obviously, like, we're a lab, we're already clean, we're already a manufacturing facility. In fact, the very manufacturing facility where these products were made, let's see, Dawn, Cece, Tracy, and I got to tour last summer when we were in Dallas. So can you imagine, we could willingly say, let's halt production of some of our products to help the front line. We could willingly say that because of the size of our company and because we knew that we had the resources. And I heard from David Hall, our CEO, there was one more ingredient that we needed for the satin hands that we didn't have. I'm sorry, for the hand sanitizer. Satin hands is what we sell. That's an amazing product that everybody needs right now. We needed one more ingredient for the hand sanitizer. We didn't have it yet. And we went ahead and ordered it, assuming that we were going to get the okay to move forward with making the product before we even got the okay. We went ahead and ordered it because Mary Kay Ash believed that our company was anointed and that God's favor has always been on this company. And our CEO just believed that it would work out, and it did. Dallas County Fire Rescue, you can look them up on Instagram or hashtag Dallas County Fire Rescue, and you can see their hand sanitizers already. Those were the ones who received them first. Yes. So glad you guys said that. Anything else? And Savannah, I want to include you in that as well. Oh, Savannah said earlier, I'll take that. Steps for success. Steps for success. I forgot why I said that. Savannah.
That was in regards to her being able to jump on everything.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Or any other questions that you guys had previously that you'd love us to answer real quick? They're thinking, they're no. Okay.
That's okay. Consultants, especially new, could we have Steph And Maddie, could the two of you just share a little bit, let them know how long that you've been in Mary Kay, and just share a little bit about your experience so far. Before you do, let me share what Savannah just wrote. I chatted with Cece on the phone Monday after I ordered my kit and said it just made my heart so happy to be part of such a great company that's so quick on their feet and resources to help in time of crisis. I love that. Thank you, Savannah. Yes. Savannah, some love. Yes. How about Steph, if you could go first, and then Maddie?
I've been in my business since November 2019, so I'm only a couple months into this. I've loved doing it thanks to Kelly. I've reached out to some people that already know what the Mary Kay is. They love it. One of my coworkers now has loved it the most, and she's like, after I talk to my tax guy, I'll have a big list for him. Like, okay, let me know. I got whatever you want to look at or what you need. I've been like at work, for me, just like telling my coworkers know I do it. So what I carry in my pocket with me at work, because being in the vet clinic, I have to wash just like a normal medical assistant every single day after touching a pet, getting a pet from their owner. I have a tiny little Satin Hands lotion thing in my pocket with me at all times because I put it on all the time. So it's coming. I love it. It comes in handy, especially for me with work in that respect of it. And I love everything that's come up with for Mary Kay. And I've used, like I said, the time-wise since starting November. And like I put on my one fan page post today, I feel more confident after using it. I feel a lot better after using it. So I appreciate everything that she's had.
Awesome. Your eyes look great today too, Steph.
Thanks.
Yeah.
2 of the liquid eyeshadows. A darker one on the lid and a lighter one on the top.
It's lovely.
Nice. Nice. Maddie, are you able to share next? Maybe. We can't see her or hear her, so perhaps she has stepped away for a moment. Okay, that's all right. Let's see. Cece, did I cover everything that you had on your list?
Mhm.
Great. Any last questions that you want to type or ask? Jen or Emily, do you have any other questions? Okay, no. Okay, great. So what we're going to do next then is, unless anyone has anything they want to wrap up, Tracy or Dawn? No. Okay. Then what we're going to do is, Emily, Cece's going to call you after we hang up, and Jen, Dawn's going to call you after we hang up, and we're going to ask you for an A, B, or C. A says, absolutely, I love the idea of this. This is something I'd like to give a try. B is, buy me a cup of coffee, which right now will be, you're making it in your own coffee maker, and then we'll just like hold up a mug together. That's buying coffee right now, and then we'll mail you a gift card. Buy me coffee is, I'm very interested. I'd like to know more information, please, before I make a decision. And then C is, happy customer. Keep me as a clientele. I'll buy at retail. So A is absolutely, B is buy me coffee and tell me a little bit more, and C is remain a customer. And if no matter which one it is, A, B, or C, think of women that you think would appreciate knowing more about this as well, or that you think could really appreciate one of our virtual appointments, which I'll let Jen and Emily, I'll let Dawn and Cece tell you more about that. Okay? Sound good? All right. I want to thank you all again for your time, as this is, I think, Dreaming in Jammies number 3, right?
Yeah.
Yes, number 3. Okay. And we will put out another schedule for you. We can keep it at Tuesday, but we're probably going to keep doing stuff in between, because a week is a really long time right now. And like tomorrow seems like a really far away. and it's not, but it seems like it is. So we'll keep doing things. And Emily and Jen, thank you so much for your time tonight. And thank all of you again for being on here, especially you new beauty consultants that are learning every single time you guys are on here. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And make a really good heart. Really good heart. Are you, Cece, are you making yours like thump? Like, is that why you're going in and out? Like you're making it like,
Yeah.
yeah, she's like her own boomerang.
Oh, Dawn's is cool.
What'd she do? She's, aw. Dawn has pretty hands.
She does.
She does. She really does.
I love it.
All right, my friends, I am going to end the recording. I'm going to end the meeting. And thank you so very much. Love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Thanks, ladies. Bye.
Bye.